妈，我把我媳妇带回来给你们看看。我和资层没有杀了。吃着！哎，下来！你想干嘛？我还有话没和我爸妈说呢。我来说。你看我要说什么？爸，我一定会和无所谓好好生活。
The house was quiet that night. Too quiet. Outside, the wind whispered against the windows, and the faint hum of the city below rose and fell like distant waves. But inside the room, the silence between Chi Cheng and Wu Suowei was louder than any storm. They had fought. They had resisted. They had denied. And yet inevitably, they had always returned to each other. Wu Suowei sat at the edge of the bed, his breathing shallow, his eyes unfocused. His body said exhaustion, but his spirit refused surrender. Chi Cheng stood near the window, a cigarette between his fingers. The glow at its tip flared and dimmed, the smoke hurling slowly upward, dissolving into the darkness. They did not speak. Not yet, but they didn't need to. Their silence said enough. When Chi Cheng finally turned, his gaze locked on Wu Suowei. Something shifted. The mask of coldness, that armor he wore before everyone else, cracked ever so slightly, and in the space between them, fire ignited. He crossed the room in a single step. Wu Suowei gasped softly as he was pushed down, his back hitting the mattress with a force that was both frightening and comforting. It wasn't just desire that burned between them. It was defiance. It was loyalty. It was every scar, every argument, every moment of weakness they had endured together. Wu Suowei's voice shook as he whispered, almost pleading. More. Chi Cheng's restraint shattered. The air filled with tension, ragged breaths, muffled cries, and the desperate sound of hands clutching, refusing to let go. It was reckless. It was consuming. It was a storm neither of them could stop. Wu Suowei's laughter mingled with cries, pain with joy, fear with love. And Chi Cheng's heart ached even as his body demanded more. Because in that wild, messy storm, he realized something. He didn't just want Wu Suowei, he needed him. When the storm passed, the room was silent once again. Their breaths came ragged, heavy, filling the air in uneven rhythm. The sheets clung to their skin, damp with sweat. Chi Cheng leaned over Wu Suowei, brushing away strands of hair plastered to his forehead. His hand lingered longer than necessary, his eyes studying every line of Wu Suowei's face. And then, in a voice so gentle it almost didn't belong to him, he said, "Thank you." Wu Suowei blinked. "Thank you?" He chuckled, though his voice was hoarse. "What's there to thank between us?" He reached up, pinching Chi Cheng's cheek with mock irritation. "Since when did you turn into such a sap?" Chi Cheng's lips curved faintly. Even brothers keep clear accounts. Wu Suowei rolled his eyes instantly. "Brothers? We're married." "Since when do married couples keep accounts?" "Who's married to you?" Chi Cheng teased. Wu Suowei gasped, hand flying dramatically to his chest. "So all those times I called you hubby meant nothing?" The teasing smile faded though, when his voice dropped into a whisper. "Husband." That word husband, it wasn't the first time Chi Cheng had heard it in his life, but it was the first time it mattered. His chest tightened, breath caught in his throat. That single word carried more weight than a lifetime of vows. Wu Suowei's eyes never wavered, filled with quiet certainty. And for the first time, Chi Cheng felt the ground beneath him crumble, not from weakness, but from love too strong to resist. He pulled Wu Suowei into his arms, holding him tighter than before, as though he could keep him there forever. Wu Suowei laughed softly, victorious and tender. "Chi Cheng, you're the best. I love you so much." To Wu Suowei, conquering Chi Cheng had always been a mission, But to Chi Cheng, surrendering to Wu Suowei was not defeat. It was sacrifice, and it was one he would choose again and again. But the world beyond their room was not so forgiving. The following evening, tension filled the Chi household. Chi Cheng sat across from his father, Chi Yuan Duan. The silence between them was sharp, heavy, suffocating. Finally, the older man spoke. His voice was stern, but laced with weary resignation. "I don't respect this relationship," he admitted flatly, "but I won't interfere anymore. I only want to know one thing." He leaned forward, eyes narrowing. "Do you see even the slightest chance of breaking up with him?" Chi Cheng said nothing. "I'll give you time," his father pressed. "A month, half a year, even a year. I won't meddle if there's even the smallest chance." The air grew thick with tension. Chi Cheng crushed out his cigarette, exhaled slowly, and lifted his gaze. "Unless his parents come back from the dead." The words struck like thunder. His father's eyes widened slightly. But Chi Cheng didn't wait for a reply. He stood, collected his jacket, and left the room. Behind him, Wu Suowei's heart raced. He laughed, half in disbelief, half in relief. "You?" "What do you mean?" Chi Cheng pulled him close, pressing Wu Suowei's face against his chest. "Don't get cocky. This is a one-time deal." Wu Suowei only held him tighter, smile spreading uncontrollably. "Chi Cheng, you're the best. I love you so much." To the outside world, Chi Cheng was cold, unshakable, untouchable. But with Wu Suowei, he was something else. Wu. Suowei straddled him playfully, fingers tracing the ridges of his muscles. He smirked. "Feels good?" Chi Cheng's hand tangled in his hair, voice rough with warning. "Don't push your luck." But the truth was undeniable. With Wu Suowei, the walls always crumbled, the mask always slipped, and the cold-hearted Chi Cheng became a man of flesh, blood, and tenderness. That night, with friends gathered, laughter and drink flowing, the mood turned lighter. The table was full of noise-clinking glasses, teasing words, the warmth of camaraderie. Go Chengyu smirked across at Chi Cheng. "Never heard you sing a love song." Wu Suowei seized the opportunity instantly, eyes glinting with mischief. He shoved a microphone into Chi Cheng's hand. "No English, sing something real. Something from the heart." The crowd cheered, voices overlapping. Chi Cheng's lips curved into a reluctant smirk. But he couldn't refuse. Not tonight. He had learned countless love songs, most forgotten. But one remained. His gravel-deep voice filled the room, slow, deliberate, drenched with sincerity. "Love is madness. I lost control. Love is a craft. I lost myself. For you, I've played the fool. My first folly? Writing you poetry." The laughter and chatter fell silent. The room stilled. For the first time, they weren't hearing Chi Cheng, the cold, untouchable man. They were hearing his heart. Wu Suowei's throat tightened. His eyes burned. And when the final note faded, the applause was thunderous. But to Wu Suowei, none of it mattered. Because in that moment, only Chi Cheng existed. Then Jiang Shuashu shoved the mic into Wu Suowei's hand. "Your turn." Wu Suowei groaned in betrayal, but sang anyway. His voice was off-key, cracked at the edges, but carried a sincerity that silenced the crowd. "I want steady happiness. To endure life's cruelty. A home in restless nights. Each time I reach out. It's your warmth I find." No one laughed. Not even the loudest of them dared break the spell, because even imperfect Wu Suowei's song held truth. And Chi Cheng's eyes never once left him. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment with your favorite moment, and subscribe for more BL and GL stories. Your support helps me bring more novels and dramas to life. So stay tuned because there's so much more love, drama, and chaos to come.